Are you as excited for Wuthering Waves as I am? It is, after all, going to be the Genshin kill. Okay, you know what? Actually, no. Let's not refer to it as that. I actually got to participate in the last Wuthering Waves closed beta test, and I had a lot of fun. There were a few little issues I had with it, but otherwise, I had a lot of fun. Now, during the recent Unreal Fest stream, Kudo Game made an announcement for Wuthering Waves. Accompanying that announcement was a brand new, roughly 60-second teaser showcasing the overhauls that they have implemented in the game, the new, brighter, more vibrant aesthetic. We're going to take a look at that trailer in just a moment. Before that, I want to go over their announcement, and that is that Wuthering Waves is going to be releasing onto PS4, PS5, mobile, and PC. That is what they're claiming, or at the very least, they're claiming they want to do. At Unreal Fest, the developers announced that Wuthering Waves will be released on the PS4, PS5 graphics settings. For the PS5 will be identical to the Ultra settings of the PC version, and for the PS4, the settings will be slightly higher than the maximum for mobile. Now, I will note there was a sticky from a mod that went on to state that the title is slightly misleading, and that during the stream, the developers shared their development progress, and they mentioned PS4 and PS5, but not that it is officially releasing, but they are working towards releasing onto those platforms. This has naturally upset a few people because they're like, well, why would you say that the PS4 and PS5 settings are going to be this? Why would you confirm you actually have settings for those specific platforms when there's a chance you won't release on them? The criticism is warranted. Regardless, I think it's great that we're going to be getting this on every major platform, with the exception of Xbox, because Microsoft always gets a raw end of the deal here for whatever reason. Well, I'm guessing because in Asia, Xbox isn't really very popular as a platform. PlayStation, Nintendo, and mobile devices outnumber the Xboxes dozens of times to one. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the teaser gameplay that was previewed at Unreal Fest. I will note here that I am watching this via Chisha WW's channel. I will have a link down to their channel in the description below. But I feel like you can just tell immediately just by looking at that the game looks brighter. God, the graphics are just so good. Wow. So can we just take a moment here to appreciate that Kudo really freaking know how to hype up their trailers, because this looks absolutely incredible. The gameplay here, like, let's be honest, nobody ever said the gameplay for Wuthering Waves, the combat, was going to be bad. Everyone knew, based off of the history that Kudo has with punishing Grey Raven, that the combat was going to be phenomenal. There were a lot of players that were criticizing Wuthering Waves for being too dark, because for whatever reason, they wanted it to be brighter, they wanted it to be more vibrant like Genshin Impact. Now, when Tower of Fantasy released, people said, wow, this looks exactly like Genshin Impact. It's a Genshin Impact clone. With this in mind, Kudo were like, you know what, let's try to give it that darker, gloomier, grittier aesthetic that Punishing Grey Raven has. That way we can kind of differentiate ourselves from Genshin and not necessarily be labeled as a clone. They did that, and players immediately criticize them for it because they want it to be a Genshin clone. And then when it looks like a Genshin clone, they criticize it for being a Genshin clone. Like, I feel like there's really no winning here. Regardless, looking at the world, It is absolutely beautiful. I played the beta. I know what the world looked like, and the improvements that they are making are great. I genuinely think the game, the lighting for the characters, everything looks fantastic. I think the animations look great. I think the animations and the character movements are all fluid. There is nothing about this trailer that screams anything other than polished to me. But I mean, that's just me. Before we go any further, let me take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon, who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal. I can't express in words how much I appreciate all of your guys' support. Now let's keep looking at Wuthering Waves. I am curious what people are saying over on Reddit. I'm also curious what people are saying in the teaser for the video, the comment section. The game can deadass be the one, bro. It looks so fucking peak. I mean, yeah. It's a shame how the trolls attack Kudo games lately and make different communities get into an argument in the comment section. Dude, it's gacha communities. They all attack each other. Like, that is part of this channel as a whole. Like, I cover all the drama that goes back and forth between different communities, and it's admittedly very entertaining. They also confirmed the platforms for release, all platforms except the Switch and Xbox. Naturally, when will the game be released? You can hook to the boss like Sekiro. Actually, yeah, I don't remember being able to like grapple to a target, but apparently you can. Wow. Now, I know some of the footage that was used in this teaser was actually taken from previous trailers, like character trailers, but even so, there is a very noticeable improvement over what I got to play in the beta. Now, again, I did have a few issues with the beta. I thought that the multiplayer was very bad. I thought the world was a little bit devoid of life. I feel like there needs to be more reason to go out and explore. I think there needs to be a purpose to the world, because you kind of just exist within it. You go over, you like loot a little chest, you fight some monsters, you kill a boss, and that's kind of it. I don't mean to compare it to Genshin, but they are comparable in terms of the kinds of games that they are and that Wuthering Waves wants to be. But Genshin felt more full, more lively, and Wuthering Waves, at least based off of the beta test, had a ways to go before it felt complete like that. Now, evidently, they're planning on holding a follow-up beta. I really hope that they invite me to that one as well. They invited me to the previous one. I would love to cover the differences and see how much progress has been made, to see if they improved on the story, because the story was also a little bit lacking, to see the graphical overhauls myself in person. I'd love to be able to do a video and tell you guys that this is it, that it is actually a really good game, that I had very little issues with it, and that I could completely and wholeheartedly get behind and back the game. And I hope at some point this year I get the opportunity to do that, because Wuthering Waves is one of the gacha games that I think truly has the potential to aid in redefining the gacha genre. Wuthering Waves, Arknight's Enfield, Project Mugen, Duet Night Abyss, Unending Dawn. There are several out there that are all incredible quality games, but we have been waiting for Wuthering Waves the longest. And admittedly, Wuthering Waves is probably going to be the first gacha game out of the collective that we end up getting. I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited too. Now, if none of this is of any interest to you though, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now. Might be more interest to you.